8. This week, Siskel and Ebert review Alec Baldwin and Meg Ryan in a modern fairy tale, Prelude to a Kiss. Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren become superhuman warriors in Universal Soldier. And ladies' man Eddie Murphy meets his match in Boomerang.
My parents separated when I was 4. I went to live with my grandparents, who are unfortunately deceased now. I'm going to make this as brief as possible.
Take your time.
And
We can go up to my place when you're done.
everything worked out great for everybody. It was amazing.
Alec Baldwin and Meg Ryan are rapturously in and out of love in the film version of the hit play Prelude to a Kiss, one of 5 new summer movies we'll be reviewing this week on Siskel and Ebert, including Eddie Murphy's latest, Jean-Claude Van Damme's latest, as well as the latest script by Ingmar Bergman. And when have you heard Jean-Claude Van Damme and Ingmar Bergman in the same sentence? I'm Gene Siskel of the Chicago Tribune.
And I'm Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times. Our first movie is named Prelude to a Kiss, and it's based on the stage play by Craig Lucas about a man who realizes on his honeymoon that someone else seems to be inside the body of his bride. The movie stars Alec Baldwin and Meg Ryan as a young couple who meet at a party, fall instantly in love, and decide almost on the spur of the moment to get married. Of course, that means she has to take him to meet her parents, played here by Ned Beatty and Patty Duke.
These are my parents. No, 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 Daddy, no.
That's my first bulldog.
Everything seems like champagne and roses in their lives right up to their wedding day.
I love you.
What about when I'm 100 years old with a mustache and yellow teeth?
I'll still love you.
I'm sagging down to here, and I'm bald.
I'll love you all the more.
Sure.
Yes, I promise.
But at the wedding party, there is an uninvited guest.
Who's that guy over there in the straw hat?
Never saw him before in my life.
You'll have to forgive us, but none of us seems to remember who you are.
It's all right, Daddy.
I only wanted to wish the 2 young people well. And perhaps to kiss the bride before I'm on my way.
I'd be flattered.
And so he kisses her, and perhaps that begins the strange transformation that this movie is about. Prelude to a Kiss is unusual for its thoughtfulness among Hollywood movies. There's one crucial dialogue scene about life and death that is surprisingly true and moving. Both Alec Baldwin and Meg Ryan do a good job of portraying those 2 young people, head over heels in love, who suddenly find themselves confronted by a great shattering mystery. But the heart of the movie belongs to Sidney Walker as that old man who delivers a wonderful performance that teaches us we have to look beyond the externals to see the person that we really love.
Well, I think it is a very fine movie. It's based on a hit play, which I fortunately had not seen. So I did have the joy of struggling with the picture to figure out what was really going on, which is one of the pleasures, and it is a rare pleasure in American movies these days. Another rare pleasure is, frankly, to see an old-fashioned love story. A man and a woman in love, and really the joy. The opening part of the film is done very well, where this couple is continually surprising each other with, this is fun, and this is better and better. And then the struggle of what happens when you get married and redefining love in your own terms. I liked it an awful lot, and I can see why it was so effective on stage.
And I hope that a lot of people don't go around spoiling the secret of this film, because it's very intriguing. It's not just like all of a sudden something happens and you say, oh, that's what happened.
No,
you have to figure out, along with the characters, exactly what it is that has happened.
Meg Ryan does a real good job.
Yes, she does.
You know, initially when I first saw her here, I thought, you know, it's another, it could have been Goldie Hawn, it could have been another slim blonde. She does an excellent job in this role. I really liked it. Okay, next film and our next picture is a ridiculous action adventure called Universal Soldier, starring mesomorphs Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren as a couple of quarreling Vietnam soldiers who kill each other and in a grand scientific experiment are brought back to life in the present day as robotic killing machines called Unisouls, Universal Soldiers. They chase each other in this life too. Van Damme as the good guy, Lundgren as the heavy-duty jerk. Van Damme is accompanied by the film's love interest, an inquisitive TV reporter played by Ali Walker. The script is Lundgren trying to spout throwaway lines a la Arnold Schwarzenegger, but Lundgren's a stiff.
Are we having fun yet?
Lundgren is also lame when he's on his own against the technicians who have developed the Unisol program.
I'm giving the orders from now on. We have a mission to complete.
Universal Soldier looks like it held its casting sessions at a health club. No one is more healthy than Jean-Claude Van Damme himself, as he asked the TV reporter to help him locate an implanted tracking device.
Well, what do you want me to do about it?
Look for something unusual. Something hard.
Get the joke, as they say on Monty Python, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Pretty lame stuff. Of course, Universal Soldier is ridiculous. I don't really penalize it for that. I just wish that the combatants were more interesting. Having Van Damme fight Lundgren isn't that exciting. I kept wishing he was going after some larger target rather than just a mean version of himself.
Okay, now having agreed with you on everything you've said about the movie, including how stupid it was, I want to tell you what happened to me while I was watching it. Because, you know, when you're watching a film that's completely predictable and utterly devoid of anything that's going to interest you, your eyes start casting about into the corners of the screen looking for something to divert you, and my eyes fell on Ali Walker as the TV newswoman, and I thought her performance was very good. She reminded me of somebody like Deborah Winger. She has an energy, she has a quickness, she has an intelligence, she's able to react within a scene and to be interested in it. As I watched her here, I thought, we're going to see more of her. She's a good actress.
Well, what I thought of Meg Ryan, because I'd just seen her in Prelude to a Kiss, and physically they look the same, similar kind of hair. She was doing something fresh. I don't know, when you put her in the category with Deborah Winger, that's a real high compliment.
It's high praise, but I meant it in terms of the fact that with both actresses, you feel like there's an intelligence there, and they're not just reading lines, they're really reacting to a scene.
Remember, she's working against two guys who are not really going to steal scenes from her, you know?
Let's get her up against somebody good and see what happens.
When we come back, Boomerang with the new Eddie Murphy as a reformed ladies' man.
Please be gentle.
Big odors lurk in small places.
Stick it to 'em with stick-ups.
Big odors linger in small places.
Stick it to 'em with stick-ups.
Concentrated Airwick stick-ups stop big odors in small places. Airwick stick-ups.
Stick it to 'em.
New Ruffles potato chips, huh? You suppose I could have one?
Well, if I give one to you, I have to give one to everybody else.
New crunchier, tastier Ruffles. So good, you'd better get your own bag.
When babies teeth, their little mouths go through big pains. Stop it with Baby Ambisol, because it gives temporary relief on contact. Alcohol-free Baby Ambisol.
Channel 11, WPIX New York, our Tribune Broadcasting Station.
A small-town cop.
Just trying to stay smart.
And a hardcore hustler.
Trick or treat.
With blackmail on her mind.
How much?
50,000.
Adds up to a big city problem.
I want you to pay her off, bust her up a little, and run her out of town.
Stacy Keach and Keenan Wynn are caught in a collision of violent passion and deadly deceit. Struggling against the killer inside me.
Tonight at 8. Bulls fans, believe it.
two-time world champions. Relive the drama and excitement of the Chicago Bulls' 92 run to an amazing second NBA title with The Champs. By the acclaimed staff of the Chicago Tribune, who covered their every move along the way to victory. Relish those critical plays and crucial victories through dramatic full-color photos, game-by-game overviews of the playoffs, commentary, stats, pivotal moments, and more. You'll get insights into Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, and Coach Phil Jackson. Don't miss this complete recount of the Bulls' stampede to their repeat NBA title. It's a must for every true Chicago Bulls fan. Hardback copies are only $19.99. Paperback just $9.99. To order your copy of The Champs now with MasterCard or Visa, call 1-800-BULLS-01 24 hours a day. That's 1-800-BULLS-01.
There they are. They're not millionaires. They're not celebrities. They're smart and thrifty. How?
I didn't pay a lot for brakes at Meineke.
Oh, the man who didn't pay a lot for brakes at Meineke.
Let Meineke Discount Mufflers show you how to get high quality at a famously low price. At Meineke, you're not going to pay a lot for brakes.
At what age should you be concerned about your child trying drugs? 16? 14? Each year, almost 1 million kids who aren't even old enough for high school try drugs. Talk to your kids about drugs now.
Dare to be dangerous. Next week on New York's movie station. Dare to be marvelous. Dangerous.
Take the shot!
Dare to turn on 11 and take in the good, the bad, and the ugly. Dare to be dangerous. Next week at 8 on Channel 11. Come on, try it. We dare you.
Well, good luck. I sure hope you find him.
Thanks.
Gabe! Gabe!
Wait, let me give you my number, because I'm not going to be able to sleep until I know you found him. Do you have a pen?
Do I?
That's Eddie Murphy in one of the opening scenes of his new movie, Boomerang, playing a role that we're very familiar with, the ladies' man who's always on the prowl. Murphy plays an executive at a big company where his romantic exploits are legend until the day when the company is taken over and he gets a new boss named Jacqueline. In this scene, his friend Halle Berry comments on this new woman he already finds fascinating.
I mean, look at her. She's fantastic. I mean, if I were a guy, I would probably be interested in Jacqueline.
Oh, if you were a guy.
Not that I have those thoughts, because I don't, but I'm just saying she's attractive, and I would probably go out with her.
I know where you're going. Women do stuff like that. You see other girls and you say, oh, she's cute, or her hair is nice, but guys don't see other guys and go, oh, look at his shoulders. We don't do that.
The seductive Jacqueline is played by Robin Givens, and she treats him exactly the same way he has treated all of the women in his life. The experience is humbling.
Wait a minute. If we were both men, we're colleagues, we could have a business dinner. Now, you're the one flipping this into a man-woman thing. I just said dinner, and let's discuss our workload. That's what I'm talking about.
Just dinner?
Just our workload over a meal. You've got a hell of a load.
Murphy is eventually crushed by the romantic game playing of his new boss and turns for consolation to Halle Berry, visiting an art class that she teaches.
Who wants to show me theirs first? Oh, boy. Kenny. Assalamu alaikum, my brother.
Oh, alaikum salam.
Greetings, my Nubian princess. My king.
Boomerang is basically a film about how an irresponsible game player gets the tables turned on him and learns about true love in the process. Now, this is not exactly an original idea in the movies, but Boomerang brings some new energy to it by adding a lot of satire about the woman's cosmetic business. Two of the funniest scenes in the film involve Eartha Kitt as the aging cosmetics tycoon who wants to seduce Murphy and has a bring down the house one-liner, and also by Grace Jones as the bizarre supermodel who comes into his life in a chariot drawn by half-naked bodybuilders. Then at the heart of the movie is that sweet relationship between Murphy and Halle Berry. This is a kinder, gentler Eddie Murphy than we've seen in the movies before, and I like him in this film.
Well, I liked one thing that he did in the picture. I mean, everyone knows that there's so much publicity about this picture that Eddie Murphy's, you know, sort of been shocked by the criticism that he's too macho in his Playboy interview and on the screen and with Harlem Nights, and that he's not black enough, that he doesn't hire enough blacks. So now this picture is like an apology, a mea culpa for all my sins. But I think what has happened is they haven't put enough laughs in it. And the dangerous kind of funny Eddie Murphy is what I was missing in this picture, except in one area, and that's where I want to say something positive about him. In the sex scenes, when he is dominated, Eddie Murphy does it just right. He is shown orgasmic, and as I've talked about this before, most movies, the grammar of the way most sex scenes are shot, the camera's on the woman, and she's orgasmic, and the guy, you never see it. It's really flipped, and they do it, and that's risk-taking, and I like that. But other than that, there isn't anything fresh in the picture.
I agree with the good things you said about the movie. I think there are some big laughs in it. I think Eartha Kitt has a great supporting role. I think Grace Jones has a great supporting role. I think tasteless in a wonderfully funny way. Of course it's tasteless.
Well,
I mean, what kind of a discovery is this, that it's tasteless?
No,
of course it's tasteless.
No.
But what I want to zero in on is, because this is Eddie Murphy, suddenly you've got this sociological criticism. Is he black enough? Does he have enough black people?
No. I don't have it. I don't have it. His colleagues have it.
You've quoted it from other places.
Exactly right.
The fact is, I think you have to just look at this as a movie. You wouldn't put some other actor up to that kind of standard, I don't believe.
I would put any other actor up to it. In fact, it's in the agenda. And let me ask you something else. Do you think any of these ideas that I've just said are in his mind?
Do I think they're in his mind? I'm sure they are.
Yep.
I'm sure that he wants to show a different side of himself. As any actor
so why
would,
am I wrong to bring it up?
Well, because you're doing it in a different way. It's hard to explain, but I know what I'm talking about. You don't, unfortunately.
You know, Roger, on that basis, you could do the show by yourself.
Here's the problem. I have a very good point I'm trying to make, and I can't make it in 30 seconds. Maybe we'll do a show on it, okay?
The new show called Ebert.
Coming up next, Wisecracks, a study of women comics.
You know, I'm with this guy the other day. I know he was Catholic. He actually says to me, "Am I the first one?" I said, "Yeah, today."
Channel 11, the ones to watch for a sold-out performance of this summer's serious hits. A concert of movie greats. Only on New York's movie station. Only on Channel 11.
Answer the call of the new Batman stunt show at Six Flags Great Adventure. With explosive action, electrifying stunts, and all those wonderful toys. There's even the incredible Batmobile. All the greatest stunts Hollywood has to offer. And it's all right here at a theme park that's bigger than Disneyland and a whole lot closer. Six Flags Great Adventure and the new Batman stunt show. Nothing else comes close.
We can't hang on any longer! Hallmark Furniture Lane Country Gallery is going out of business. A $2 million inventory of fine furniture must be liquidated
now.
Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, and more, all sacrificed
at incredible going out of business prices.
Everything must go, regardless of cost or loss.
Save hundreds, even thousands of dollars store-wide.
Don't miss the going out of business savings at Hallmark Furniture Lane Country Gallery, 1641 Route 110, Farmingdale.
We always do this in an elevator. You walk up to an elevator, someone's already there, they're waiting, they've pushed the button is lit, we walk up. Obviously didn't push it correctly, I'll have to push it myself. And then someone else walks up and they push the button, you're like, you idiot, I pushed it, he pushed it.
That's Ellen DeGeneres, one of the very best of the new wave of women stand-up comics, which is the subject of our next film, the Canadian documentary called Wisecracks. We hear their life stories, their theories on comedy, and their jokes.
For the first time, I was petrified. I was petrified. I was practically vomiting beforehand. And I got on, and I did great, and I still was petrified the next time I got on.
I can't do these big Swedes from the Midwest either. You know, these type of guys, they always want to go camping or some absolutely ridiculous notion like this, you know? This type of guy is only happy if he can pee on a tree.
You know what's weird about Texas? Is that I never even want boots until I go to Texas.
One of the best performers is Paula Poundstone. I just wish the documentary had pushed her to tell in detail how she puts together a series of jokes like this.
I went into a store that normally I would hate, had big heads of animals up on the wall. Usually I would hate that. This time I was like, let's shoot him again.
I think the funniest comic in the film is Ellen DeGeneres, here trashing the way people write the word over at the bottom of their letters.
Like, I need that there, because if it wasn't there, it'd get to the bottom of the page. And so Kathy and I went shopping, and we... It's the craziest thing. I don't know why she just ended that way.
She's very good. There are more laughs than insights into the world of comedy and wisecracks. Nearly half of the comics we see working are Jewish women. Why are they drawn to it? What's their special gift? It's never dealt with in the documentary. But Wisecracks is recommended nonetheless because the jokes are mostly very funny. So I'm recommending it, I guess, more as a concert film than a probing documentary.
And I'm not recommending it, and basically for the same reasons that you are recommending it for. I mean, if they're going to have a concert film, have a concert film. But the unfortunate thing is, this is presented as a documentary, and the questions are really softball, routine questions that elicit the kind of sound bites that you'd hear on the evening news. This is not a documentary, something that explains who these people are, how they create their art, and why they want to create it. It left me totally frustrated because the interviewer didn't ask any but the most inane questions, and they got back answers that sounded like they came right out of a press release in many cases.
It looks like it's like just talking to the mic and unfiltered stuff. The problem is that I was laughing a lot during this picture because of the material. So on the basis of it as a piece of entertainment, well, I already said this, it's funny, but it isn't, as you say, a documentary.
Well, then that would be the only basis to recommend it on. When we come back, The Best Intentions, which won the grand prize at this year's Cannes Film Festival.
This is an emergency. Please clear the street.
He's on the loose.
The scene here is one of total chaos.
He's out of control. Oh my God. He's headed your way. He's over 100 feet tall. And whatever you do, don't make him cranky. Walt Disney Pictures presents Rick Moranis as the father who accidentally blew up his kid. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, rated PG. Starts Friday, July 17th at a theater near you.
A striped toothpaste that fights tartar? Come on.
That's the way I like it.
I need proof it works.
That's the way I like it.
So I asked our dentist about Aquafresh.
Those Aquafresh stripes really fight. Aquafresh with powerful fluoride fights cavities, fights plaque, and fights ugly tartar. All concentrated in the only toothpaste striped to fight.
It works. They like it. I'll buy it.
Aquafresh, the one they like is striped to fight.
The great Swedish filmmaker Ingmar Bergman announced his retirement from directing after he made Fanny and Alexander in 1983. But he's continued to work for the stage, for television sometimes, for opera, and now comes The Best Intentions, a screenplay by Bergman that has been directed by Billy August and won the grand prize at this year's Cannes Film Festival. The movie is based on the lives of Bergman's own parents, who grew up in the university town of Uppsala, the father a poor divinity student, the mother the daughter of a wealthy family who disapproves of him. They're played by Samuel Frohler and Pernilla August.
Hörru du, han smickrar och svamlar. Det var för ljugen högfärdig. Måtte inte vara riktigt klok.
Stanna, Henry!
Sånt vad det gick åt mig. Jag måste till hotellet, borsta tänderna. Nu får det vara slut på de här fånigheterna.
There is a complication, the young man's love affair with a waitress. His future mother-in-law bitterly wants to prevent her daughter from marrying this man.
Det här kommer jag aldrig att förlåta.
Vem kommer du aldrig förlåta? Är det mig du inte förlåter? Eller din vän? Eller livet, kanske? Eller Gud?
But they do get married, and after a brief period of happiness, they begin to adjust to the cold, the poverty, and the hard work of his first parish in a poor district in the north of Sweden. In this scene, they've adopted a battered child who is so troubled that he actually runs away with their baby. Like many of Ingmar Bergman's films, The Best Intentions is about the tension between religious faith and the weaknesses of man. That young pastor is vulnerable to sensual temptation, but he's also perhaps too proud of his religious fervor and not very willing to change. His wife is also strong-minded and proud, and so they create a rocky but stimulating marriage, and it's the energy between these two willful people that makes The Best Intentions so interesting. This is a very good film, and as a sequel to Fanny and Alexander, which it basically is, it completes this chapter of Bergman's autobiographical filmmaking.
What I would like to see, this is originally a 6-hour project made for television.
Yes, it is.
And we're seeing it reduced here to 3 hours. I would like to see the whole 6 hours. I think that would have been an exciting way to present the film, maybe in 2 parts, but they've chosen to give us the 3-hour version. And certain things do stand out very well, and one is you call it religious pride. That is exceedingly, that can be, we've seen clerics played arch and haughty a lot in the movies, and it rings, this is the first time I've seen it where it really rings true with passion and genuine good feeling as well. And so he's a little stiff. I liked it. I think that I like this portrait. It's even-handed. It isn't...
Here's what's happened with Bergman, who is now in his 70s. He made films earlier based upon these same people. He was very much under the thumb of a domineering and very strict father as he portrays himself in earlier films. Here, he's old enough now, he can look back and put it in perspective and see his parents not as august older figures, but as the young people they were, much younger than he is now, and he can understand some of their motivations. And that's what's interesting about this film.
Coming up next, another look at the movies we reviewed on this show.
At Hillshire Farm, we spend hours in the smokehouse cooking our light smoked sausage so you can make meals in minutes. The farm-fresh taste of our fully cooked light sausage is giving people a whole new appreciation of fast food. Taste the difference when it comes from Hillshire Farm.
George Foreman and his sons George on the taste of new Doritos, now with more natural cheese flavor. George Foreman the 5th. George the 4th.
Crunchy.
George the 3rd.
Cheesier.
George Jr.
It's a mucho macho nacho.
And the original George.
What? I was wrong. I was wrong.
Conclusive proof, 4 out of 5 George Foremans prefer the taste of new Doritos tortilla chips with more natural cheese flavor.
Who taught you kids how to eat like this?
You, Dad.
Carl Evans, Brian Genesee. In this city, there's only one type of justice that works.
My way or the hard way.
Street justice. Sunday night at 8 on Channel 11.
What will happen if you picked up your phone and called right now? Well, in seconds, you'd enter a role where you're treated like a king. You will share live, one-to-one conversation with a beautiful woman who's there just for you. You can call anytime, every day, and you can say whatever's in your mind, or just listen. What will happen if you call now? Why not find out for yourself?
The call is free, but you must be over 18.
How are you doing? I'm doing great.
There they are. They're not millionaires. They're not celebrities. They're smart and thrifty. How?
I didn't pay a lot for brakes at Meineke.
Oh, the man who didn't pay a lot for brakes at Meineke.
Let Meineke Discount Mufflers show you how to get high quality at a famously low price. At Meineke, you're not going to pay a lot for brakes.
Cast and crew of the show fly American Airlines. American flies to over 270 destinations in 45 countries worldwide, including service to Japan, Europe, Latin America, and the Caribbean. American Airlines, something special in the air.
Now let's recap the movies we reviewed on this show. 2 thumbs up for Prelude to a Kiss, based on the hit Craig Lucas play about the challenges of love and the even greater challenges of marriage. A fine Meg Ryan performance. 2 thumbs down for Universal Soldier, the silly Van Damme-Dolph Lundgren fight, although Roger admired Ali Walker's performance. A split vote on Boomerang, the Eddie Murphy revisionist comedy. Roger thought it was sweet and funny. It didn't make me laugh enough. Another split vote on WISECRACKS, the women comics documentary that is a better concert film than a documentary. And 2 thumbs up for The Best Intentions, the fine drama based on the lives of Ingmar Bergman's parents. So, Prelude to a Kiss is a surprising film.
Very surprising film.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked having it be a little complicated.
And being about something that is almost impossible to describe, which is unusual.
Yes.
Most movies are all too easy to describe. That's it for this week. Next week we'll be back with a special show called They'll Do It Every Time, Part 2, the sequel. A look at the goofy and sometimes horrifying cliches that Hollywood just can't seem to avoid. That's next week, and until then, the balcony is closed.
Chuckles, the great-tasting, chewy fruit candy. Fun to eat, fun to share. When you're at the candy counter, pick up some Chuckles candy. Aveeno skincare products with natural oatmeal. Aveeno soothing therapy for your skin. X-Lax offers a gentle alternative. Extra dental pills for regular people who sometimes aren't. Use only as directed. Fa Shower Gel is an all-in-one cleanser and conditioner, so it doesn't strip your skin dry like soap can. Feel the difference of Fa, and you may never shower with soap again.